sick of being stuck inside all day.
You ever get bored with the never-ending routine of doing the exact same stuff over and over again?
Are you tired of seeing your own kids glued to one screen after another?
Are you concerned about defending yourself in a zombie apocalypse?
Do you get so overwhelmed by all the constant stress in your life that you hear, like, competing voices in your head that are all shouting over and interrupting each other in a chaotic whirlwind of anxious confusion that you desperately try to claw and squint through in search of even a mere glimpse of ephemeral clarity or stillness in the sandstorm-like abyss of your own mind?
Howdy, my name is Caleb Zweifler of Delta Mark Archery. I'm a Michiganian traditional archer. I am fluent in both Western-style three-finger split draw with the longbow, as well as Eastern-style deep hook thumb draw with the short bow. I have been shooting since I was roughly this size, which was about 30 years ago from the publication of this video. Okay, I really like bows and arrows. In fact, I often argue the invention of bows and arrows may be the most consequential technological development since the dawn of our species. When you take into account that humans have been shooting arrows out of bows for at least 60,000 years, which far predates civilization itself, mind you, and consider the landscape of quote-unquote primitive hunter-gatherer societies, only then can you appreciate the magnitude of archery's impact on an anthropological level. Think of what it was like to procure meat or defend yourself from wild predators before archery. If you were skilled with a spear or sling, you could get lucky, but your effective range would be limited. And with spears, you can only hold so many, and with slings, well, try fending off a bear with a sling. Next, think about the ramifications on warfare when archery emerged. History clearly illustrates that armies who mastered this weapon were unstoppable, especially when archers were mounted on horseback. Mongolian archers, for example, led by Genghis Khan, conquered 9 million square miles of territory, making it the largest contiguous land empire of all time. But I digress. Today, archers are an endangered demographic. The most current scientific poll I could find was from 2013, and it found that only 8% of the US population had ever used a bow in their life, let alone practiced regularly. And I'd be willing to bet that the majority of those that do were shooting compound bows with modern attachments. From this data, we can safely assume that traditional archers probably represent no more than 4% of all Americans, if not substantially less. And if that's the case, a fraction of 1% have ever shot an Asiatic short bow. It is my goal to do my part in reversing this trend. The art form of traditional archery is something worthy of preserving for everybody, young, old, ladies, and gentlemen. It is a wonderful form of exercise and meditation, and in many circumstances remains as a practical tool for survival. But most importantly, traditional archery is so fun. For most people, the first time they send an arrow to its target, they are instantly hooked. It's something I strongly believe everybody should try at least once to notice how invigorating it is to feel the power of this ancestral ritual that connects us back to the very roots of what it is to be a human being. I invite you to try something new this year. Join us at Delta Mark Archery and become a traditional archer. Step outside, breathe the fresh air. Free yourself from modern distractions and learn to focus your mind in this most psychologically and spiritually rewarding pastime of our forefathers and mothers. I'm confident that if you pick up a bow for even 1 hour, it'll bring both joy and peace that will reverberate throughout the rest of your day. Do not naysay yourself. Here's our email. Here's our number. Fire at will.